And hello to all my Taurus friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for June 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a Celtic Cross. It is a very fun spread. It's good for general readings because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, focuses on the environment. It's one of the only spreads that I do that kind of devotes a whole spot to the environment around you. Very interesting for general readings. Also a lot of information in there. And we're going to conclude your reading at the end with a Runestone. We're also going to conclude your reading with a little extra. They asked that I do an angel protection, actually 2 angel protection cards for my Tauruses. That's going to give us a little extra push, a little emphasis in the right direction. Besides that, we're all ready to go, guys. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time. Right now, I'm going to bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great June. Lost my camera there. Come back. Okay, we're on. What I'm doing now, guys, these are my ritual cuts. We basically cut each deck into 3 pieces. We put them back together in a separate order, and that satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Do that with both of these decks here. Then they're ready to go. So here comes the Celtic Cross. For Taurus, this is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something you're aware of. This is what's below you, something that you're not. This is where the Celtic Cross gets a little tall, probably off the wide angle view of my camera phone. So I will move that around so you guys can see everything in just a minute. Right now I'm going to run up the sides with 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend it in a little bit so you can hopefully see that in a moment. That's going to be it there. I do need to check my inverts. The blockages seem pretty well distributed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's going to be good to be read just the way it is. A couple Oracle Angel cards for the major themes here. We got one up front. One down here. And one up top. That's going to be it. Position this so hopefully you can see it once I move the camera a little bit. Kind of do a curvy Celtic Cross is what we're going to do here. Curvy edition. All right, you can see the bottom here. This is your cross itself, the main cross. This is going to be running up the sides. 7, 8, 9, and 10 up top here. Actually there. This is the Oracle. And that's the reading, guys. Let's get to it. Okay. Make some room here for myself. Can see this much more clearly. Okay, Taurus. To begin, we have lessons, repeating lessons. They gave me that 2 different ways. They gave me that, first of all, with the 10 of Wands. That is you moving forward. Talk more about that in a second, but this is you moving forward with the knowledge, with the information that you've learned from past mistakes, past lessons, past experiences. In this deck, however, the one that they wanted to use for you, this has a slightly skewed energy. They're saying here that you have learned these lessons, and this is what's coming up for June. However, you're not really moving forward with them. And they're confused with why you aren't moving forward, why you're repeating this something cyclical. They let me know that because I have round and round. It's basically things coming and going, you know, in and out of your life like a revolving door. For example, if this was a person that was coming in and out of your life, Spirit is looking at this like, you know, why hasn't Lisa learned this lesson? Why is Lisa keep letting Frank come back? She knows it's going to end the same way. And, you know, the context of this probably has nothing to do with the example I gave you, but this is something habitual. This is something that is cyclical, like I said, and it keeps coming over and over. And Spirit's a little, I don't want to say tired of it, but they're just confused with why you haven't checked this box. You know, why haven't you moved past this? Because they're saying here that you have all the information. It's not like you're missing any information. It's not like you don't know the whole picture. They're saying you know everything. You're working with a complete puzzle. You know, you're not missing any pieces to the puzzle. You have all the information. You can make really good decisions when that happens. That's also representing knowledge coming to you. or learning anything new. So this is saying, it's checking in good. The window is wide open so you can see everything very, very clearly. And yet we have these lessons that keep repeating that you should have really aced. So what is that for you? Of course, like I said, the context is key. Let's go the back position here. Recent past, they show, let me just pull one more card here. Okay, we do have a person. For a lot of you, this is a male or a very, very strong female. Usually when they give me king, they are talking about a biological male, but I have seen females pop up as kings too. It would just be a very strong female. Okay, that's what they're showing in the past position. So this is something prevalent to you or to, I don't think that they're talking about you here. Let's say that you are a man tuning into this. This is probably not you. This is probably another guy or another very strong female, like I said, that's coming in that they're talking about here in the recent past, moving up to current day. Somebody that has done something here that's very relevant to you. They don't really show me a lot of placement of what to do with it, but it's coming in for a reason. It's very relevant. So that is, and this could be anywhere from just a couple weeks ago to years ago. I'm not really sure, but for whatever reason, it's still connecting to your cordage. Your cordage is pulling through into June with this male or this very strong female energy coming in from the past, okay? As we move into the future position, they want you to be cautious about not really caring about certain things. They want you to take great pride in yourself, in your family, your job, your health, all these things. So anything that has a tendency for you to neglect. That's what they're talking about here. That's what needs attention. They don't want anything to go off the rails here. And there's a likelihood of that happening in June, or at least, something being a little bit off course. They want to make sure that you go the distance, you get on course with everything that's going on here. So don't neglect certain things. Let me give you an example. If you're working a whole lot of hours, let's say you're working 2 jobs and beating yourself up doing that. Don't neglect the home life and your family and your friends and stuff like that just because you're trying to work so much. You need a balance of everything. So that's just one example. Of course, it's a silly one, but I'm just trying to make sense of the energy of what's going on as I describe it. When we get into the above position, guys, this is Taurus. This is telling you something that you're already aware of. So I'm not telling you anything new. It's at least that's the good news. So you're aware of this. That's the best part because they show here that you're having a hard time balancing 2 different areas of your life. And I just gave... psychic, it happens. But this here is saying that you're having a hard time balancing 2 different areas of your life, and that's exactly what I just gave you the example of with work and home. Work and family, work and love. This could also be other corners of your life. This could be something financial. This could be something health related or, a healthy diet, whatever it is. It's 2 different areas that are throwing each other off. And for most people, this is usually work and love. Work and family. Family is another word for love, your love corner. So they're saying you hold the key to this, but to be a little cautious, and you're already aware of that, so I don't need to tell you anything new really, but just, they're bringing attention to it because they want you to react accordingly. They want you to be delicate at this because in this deck that they wanted me to use for you, the key to your own happiness that you're holding here is actually a bird pulling out what it thinks is a key, and it actually is a pin to a grenade. So it's letting you know that this is a delicate procedure here, of you balancing these 2 things. So use cautious, use your judgment, use your intuition, and do so gently. Moving into the bottom position, this is something you're not aware of, at least most of you. They're telling me moon here. Moon energy, which is really not fun to read. It just means it's weird, it's mysterious. This could be a little bit more foggy than you realize. There's more stuff going on here that you don't see necessarily here, or that, under the surface level. There's more stuff going on here. There's something that needs to be cleaned up. When I have the clean it up card here for my oracle card, usually they're talking about purging energy, like getting something out of your life. They're not talking about bringing anything new in. They're actually talking about getting rid of something. So this could refer to getting rid of stuff. So it's a perfect segue into the moon cycles. I'm going to do that right now, guys, because this is full moon energy described to a T. This happens in June, on June 14th. That's our full moon. That is the best time to get anything out of your life. It's the garbage truck of the universe. Doesn't matter if it's stuff, if it's old baggage, emotional baggage, bad habits. For some people, it's people. You got to get rid of people out of your life. selling something that's been sitting around, cleaning out a closet, getting an old project wrapped up, getting some closure on it. All very important things. That's full moon energy, much better placed in the middle of June. You don't have to do it on the 14th, anywhere around the middle's key. Adversely, you have the new moon energy. They haven't described that yet in your reading, but just to give it to you, because I give it to you all, guys, the new moon happens on June 28th. We have some new moon energy coming in early in June, but that's for May. And it's there, but it's weak. We have the strongest new moon energy coming in at the end of June, June 28th. So that last week of June is very strong for bringing new things into your life. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you're trying to bring in new love into your life, you're trying to bring in new job, new career, new something with money, new finances, new health, anything that's brand new that wasn't there before is much better placed at the end of June versus the middle of June. Middle of June is not for new stuff. Now, if the moon cycles confuse you in any way, I've put together a little graphic that makes this a lot easier. It's absolutely free. It's on my website, scottsagent.com. You go to the videos page. It's parked at the bottom of that. And you can check that out, how that works for June, the ebbs and the flows moving in and out, and lining up major things in your life with the moon cycles just helps things flow a lot easier. That's really what that's all about. And that's what they want you to pay attention to here at the bottom. They're saying you don't realize how important that is for you guys. So for whatever reason, that is kind of a crown chakra deal. We're not doing a chakra scrub in this reading, but while we're there, let me tell you about the new product, the Health or Chakra Scrub, because that is very key to the chakra at the very, very top, your crown chakra. Now, my brand new product that I just launched last month, very proud of it, got rave reviews. My newsletter people signed up, got it absolutely free if they wanted one to check out. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter too, guys. That's absolutely free at the bottom of my website. Enter a few little details there and you're signed up for the newsletter. I give a couple free readings to my newsletter group every single year, couple times a year. And also, they get free promos for saving some money on readings and lots of little other goodies, little goodie bag there. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. Also on the website, I just teased that Health or Chakra Scrub. That is the new audio product. You don't even have to be there to be read. I use your birth date. So it's very, very simple, very, very affordable. You sign up for that. You purchase that very, very affordably. The information is very, very accurate because it's all about you. There is no bubble energy for the entire sign that we're sharing with right now. It's all about you. So therefore, it's very accurate. And with that, you either get health, which is physical health, or you get spiritual health, which is chakra-related stuff. Then we just talked about chakra with the crown chakra there. So also, the other mini products that I have available are the My Month, which is probably the most popular one. It's very popular because it talks all about your month. It uses a little bit of numerology. It looks at your numerology chart of what's going on, and also tarot. It kind of combines the two. Talks about your month very specifically. Also, the final product, because I have 3 mini products, is the Angel Protection and Animal Totem package. Now with that one, you get both, and that's a very deep dive. Very insightful to some deeper level stuff, guys, beyond the surface. So that is worth checking out. Check all that stuff out while you're on the website, guys. Let's move into your running up the sides here in your Celtic Cross. Number 7 position here is your advice. They really, really want you to break free from holding on to old ideas here. A lot of you have been holding on to ideas way past the point of their prime. They really need you to start thinking of new ways to do things here, or new ways to make decisions, or maybe a new path in general. Maybe you've just gone off course too much, and this is your spiritual GPS rerouting you. Hey, we need to get so-and-so back on course. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get it right now. So that's what they're showing there for Taurus. As we move up a little bit further here, this is your external influence card. Here they're showing an interesting kind of dilemma socially going on. And it's going to be one of 2 extremes for most people, though. What they're talking about here is a social imbalance where you're just excluded. You've excluded yourself, a little bit hermit mode. You're not going out with your friends as much. You're not seeing family and friends as much. And you just gotta go go have more fun. The environment around you when that comes up is saying, go have some fun, but do it in balance, because of course alone time is good too. You don't want to go out and have fun all the time. You'd probably go broke, or if you're drinking all the time or something like that, having too much fun is not it either. And that's the other definition of the card, because it can be an imbalance either way. But most of the time, they're talking here that you need that social interaction. You got to go get that from other people, and the month of June is the time to not let that go, because that's presenting itself for a reason. Continuing to move up here, this is your number 9 position. This is your hopes and fears. Obviously, it's a hope because it's a very good thing. It is a goal. It is an accomplishment. A lot of you are hoping to accomplish a goal in the month of June, and that's wonderful. The only maybe advice or something I can tack onto that is don't set your goal too high. Low goals sometimes are better, something that you can actually attain, or maybe even in what my daughter's school calls it is a stretch goal. It's something that you can attain. You just got to work really hard to get, but it's something that you can absolutely get. And just by setting your goal maybe a little lower than a huge goal that you probably won't hit, it helps with the expectations a little bit, and getting a win under your belt really gives you momentum to move forward to the next small goal. So just keep that into consideration while you make your goals for June, and June is a wonderful time to go after a goal. So that's what they show there. That's some of the best energy that they've had this entire spread. This is a very deep one, Taurus, very, very deep spread. Ending up your month, they show the World card inverted. That is unfortunately showing that something's still not complete here. Something, and it could go back to the very beginning with our round and round, our cyclical behaviors of something, that this needs to be completed. There's something that needs to be wrapped up. They gave me the Oracle Angel card, Go the Distance, to kind of broaden that or to reinforce the idea. So they're saying here that this is a marathon. This is not necessarily going to work itself out in June either way. Maybe this is going to take the rest of 2022 for your efforts. Maybe you got to keep showing up every single day to get this wrapped up, whatever's going on for you in your life. This is a marathon. So this is something that you need to keep putting your energy into and keep working on. That balancing act between two different areas of your life, for example, that's one of them. Something like that. So that's what they show there. It doesn't end bad. It just says that it's not complete in June. And they're letting you know that the finish line is just further. It doesn't mean that you should give up or be discouraged at all. That's not what they mean at all. They just want you to keep pushing. Keep pushing yourself. Even with the goal thing. Keep pushing yourself with goals too. Just don't burn yourself out. That's probably the best advice I can give, guys. All right, so let's get into your Runestone, and then we'll do your Angel Protection cards. Good time to tell you guys too, thank you so much. This is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. I've been reading tarot for 8 years now, but doing YouTube for 1 year, and that has completed now, and you guys are a big part of that. So thank you so much for all your support, your love. Tuning in always. You guys are the best. So thank you so much for everything. This is your Runestone right here, guys. Got it pulled out. And here we are. Let me show you. This is Stand Still. Stand Still. So it's a little bit of the self, but it's also a pause. A pause for reflection. A pause for refraction. A pause for reflection. A pause for... Did I say that twice? If I said it twice, there's a reason for that. They want you to key on that. Anyway, with Stand Still, they want you to, be busy about something, but make sure you take a time out for yourself. Make sure you have enough time to reset your life, to hit the reset button on your life, I should say. Give yourself enough time to come back and to recharge the batteries of your life. Stand still. Take a moment to yourself. Now that is a little bit adverse advice to what they said about social, but you can see where they're going with this. They just don't want you to get so antisocial that you just become a hermit and you just, are used to doing everything by yourself. That's what they're saying is they just want you to, don't forget about your friends. Don't forget about your family. Make sure you see them in June. Make sure you reach out to them in June at least, something like that. But they're still bringing up standstill. So make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself with what's going on between the balancing act over here that they showed that you're aware of. You guys are probably handling that well, especially since you know about it. At least you're doing your best. And that's all we can really do. So remember to stand still, take a moment for yourself, maybe even go treat yourself to something nice in the month of June that you didn't that you normally don't do. Maybe something special would be very nice to treat yourself for all your efforts. And the depth of the spread is massive. I'm not going to lie, Taurus, this is one of the deepest general readings I've ever done. It actually feels more like an individual reading for a person that I do. It's just so specific, but sometimes that happens. And finding the context of where they're going with this for you specifically is huge. And if by chance none of this is about you at all, I view that actually as a good thing. That means that you're good and that Spirit wanted to convey this message or these messages in certain ways for other people. So either way, you're kind of in good shape. So here we go with your angel protection. How many was it? Was it 1 or 2? Taurus is getting 2. So here's 1 and here is 2. Okay, so we start with breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So that's letting you know what I just said. Again, it's kind of like, I say something psychically, and then they're just reaffirming that, yeah, what you said is actually right. You're actually good with telling them that advice. So here we go with breathe, with what I just said about take time to yourself. With standstill, it goes with that also. And it goes with taking time to yourself, recharging the batteries, all that stuff. So we don't need to dwell too much on that, except the fact that they want to make sure you do it. Okay, so follow through, make sure you do stand still and have time to yourself, and also breathe, because we don't want to not breathe. Okay, guys. Serendipity is the other one. Serendipity is just, things are going to work out in weird ways. This is kind of there's an element to luck here. I was looking around for my Wheel of Fortune card. That's the only thing I'm missing that doesn't correspond perfectly in this reading. Everything else has aligned quite well. Serendipity is a lot like the Wheel of Fortune card. It means a lot of good luck, good circumstance. It's not your fault either way. Look at it this way, guys. Taurus, the stuff that's going on that is difficult or challenging in the month of June, it's not your fault. All the good stuff that's going on, probably not your fault either. So this is just stuff that is occurring. Stuff you either have to go through, the challenges, the great times, the happy times. There are no happy times unless you have the bad to kind of counter reference with. The best example I can give you with that is imagine getting flowers every single day. You might enjoy that. You probably the first thing you think of is like, oh, that actually sounds really nice. I wish I did get flowers every day. But, it might be a couple weeks in. It might be a couple months in. For some people who really like flowers, it might be a couple of years in. But eventually, this is going to get old to you. This is going to get tiresome because it's just not special anymore. It's the same thing over and over. Even though it's good, it becomes not as good. It becomes not as special. Your favorite restaurant is only taste as good as it does because you don't eat it every day. And that's the same kind of example I'm giving you here with the flowers. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's your entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, thank you for my 1-year anniversary. It's been a blast. Remember to like and subscribe if you have not, so you see the future videos. That's it for me, guys. Have a wonderful June.